Hello, voicers and the voice curious everywhere. This is Barbara Wilson Arboleda, and it's time to get voice wise. Today, it's all about pitch. I have to say that the most common questions I get asked about singing have to do with pitch and pitch range. So today, I'm going to talk about, I'd say, the 4 most common questions that I get asked about pitch. And then at the end, I'm going to give you 3 tips for how to get the most out of your pitch range. So stay tuned. Here we go. The first question is, how does the voice change pitch to begin with? Well, the basics are that the vocal folds stretch as we go up in pitch. Now, the pitch we hear is related to the sound wave, and that sound wave is created by the speed of vibration of the vocal folds. When the vocal folds are kind of at their resting length, a little bit shorter, they're a little thicker, a little bit more pliable. In essence, there's kind of more bulk to move, and so as the air passes through them on its way out of the lungs, it's kind of a little weightier, and so they vibrate more slowly. That slow sound wave we hear as low pitch. And then when the vocal folds stretch, now we've got the same amount of mass spread over a longer area. And so the vocal folds are thinner and they're a little stiffer. So when the air comes up from below, now they're vibrating a little bit more quickly. And this we hear as a higher pitch. That's the fundamentals of how it works. Okay. Next, how big does your pitch range have to be in order for you to be considered a good singer, whatever that means? Or sort of the corollary question is, how important is it to have a big pitch range? I don't know why so many people think that having a big pitch range is the mark of a good singer. Like, most human beings are able to make sound over about 2 to 3 octaves. Now, you're going to find out what your widest pitch range is as you train, and that will develop over time. But don't be disappointed if you come in average in this regard. There are actually a lot of pitches in 3 octaves. And then on top of that, it matters so much more how you move from pitch to pitch, what kinds of voice qualities you're able to make, and all that kind of stuff, so much more than actually how many notes you have. Guaranteed, most of your favorite singers have average pitch ranges. Okay, the third question is really interesting because I'm not sure exactly where it comes from, but people ask, can I count my falsetto as part of my pitch range? Absolutely. I don't even like the word falsetto to begin with because it sort of implies that the sound you're making isn't real, and like, this isn't the Velveteen Rabbit here, people. This is just pitches and registers, and really when it comes down to it, falsetto, what people call falsetto, is more of a register than a pitch range, but that's a topic for another time. So when you're set up for falsetto, what's happening is that only a very bare edge of the vocal folds is vibrating together, and that when you look at it really closely under a strobe light, you may actually discover that the vocal fold edges are just kind of hovering next to each other. They're not really vibrating fully against each other, and that's one of the reasons why falsetto comes out to be a little bit airier than a lot of the other voice qualities. But it's absolutely a part of your pitch range, right? It counts. Yes, there are some kinds of music that value a falsetto voice quality more than others, but it is a pitch range, it is a registration, it counts. Finally, the big question that I get asked more than any when it comes to pitch range is, how can I increase my pitch range? My answer? Time and training. The biggest mistake I see people make when they're trying to increase their pitch range is to take their voice lower or higher than it's ready to go. There are no shortcuts when it comes to increasing the flexibility in your body. Singing is an athletic activity, and like any other sport, drilling and practice are going to be your only route to success. As I promised, here are a few tips to keep you moving forward in terms of exploring your own pitch range. Number 1, do some stretching with your voice every single day, even if you're not going to be doing any other singing that day. Even just a few glides and sirens can help you make sure that you're keeping the flexibility that you have and letting your body know that yes, you have the expectation of being able to go wider over time. Number 2, work in the Dicey Zone. What is that? That's this place where you can make the pitch, but you're getting some kind of unstable, maybe not great sound, but it doesn't hurt and you're not straining. That Dicey Zone is gold. That is the place where your body is going to be able to make the most progress in terms of finding the muscle patterns you need and the flexibility you need to get the pitches you want to sing. Finally, number 3, give yourself time. Your body isn't going to become more flexible overnight, but persistence pays off in terms of being able to sing the pitches you want to sing and sound the way you want to sound at the same time. I hope this video helped you understand pitch a little bit better. If you have more questions, I'd be happy to hear them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. Happy voicing!